Now I think we have Fiona Atkinson on, who is a spokeswoman for the Insulate Britain campaign. And I'm told, I don't know if this is true, she's come on to apologise for all the people who've been holed up. Is that right, Fiona? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy to do that. I'd like to apologise for all the people who've been held up. We would really rather not be doing it at all. We'd rather be doing something
of course you
else.
wouldn't.
And if the government and the media were doing their jobs, we wouldn't have to.
Are you insulting me?
I wouldn't say I was insulting you. I'd like to think I was challenging you.
Well, you see, it's not a challenge, really, because you don't seem to know very much about climate change, which is unfortunate, but then we are.
Yes, have you been talking to me for 5 seconds? How would you...
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to you, the organisation that you apparently represent. You're their spokeswoman, so I'm talking to you.
But you haven't asked me what I know about climate, and rather than
I'm not getting into that debate because obviously you don't know very much. Right. What I'd like to know though is what. Listen to me. If we're not,
I was asked to come on to talk about Insulate Britain.
Well, I didn't ask you to come on, did I?
Oh,
I haven't asked you to come on. Okay. I thought you were coming on to apologise to all the people you made trouble for.
You don't get on with your, and I have already done that. You don't get on with your researcher then. That's terrible. What lack of professionalism.
I don't have a researcher,
I have come on,
really.
Well, the person who's been speaking to me
wouldn't get on with him anyway.
Yeah, I wouldn't get on with the researchers anyway.
Well,
yeah.
he sounded lovely
probably.
to me. I don't know what your problem is. He was a nice bloke, much more polite than you. So
I've never been polite in my life with idiots like you. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You're an idiot. You and your organisation are pretty stupid. I thought you want to come on. And how? What, are you just going to talk over me the whole time?
No, you're trying to do that to me, and yet you have asked me on to talk.
No, thank you. Goodbye, Fiona. Bye-bye. No point in talking to someone like you. I can't. I really don't know why you put them on. I didn't want to talk to them anyway. I thought I made that completely clear.
You two just didn't really hit it off, did you?
Really, I thought we could have done, because I wanted to ask her what she thought about the doctor, the dentist, other people got held up today in that traffic who couldn't go and do operations.
Criminals, aren't they? I mean, I think
they're criminals, and
in fact, you could have argued a terrorist because they don't care. Someone dying in an ambulance, they say the bigger picture is the world. So isn't that they don't mind people?
And of course, half of them don't have any stuff in their loft, do they?
No, I've got more insulation. I've got a good insulation, actually.
Yeah. They are the most stupid organisation ever. Know very little about what
we're all aware of it anyway. We're all aware anyway. They've made their point. We knew anyway.
Yeah, I would have, and they're keen to come on. But let me tell researchers, producers, or whatever you call yourselves, do not book another one from these stupid organisations, because all they want is publicity. All right, that's all they want, a bit of publicity. And also, I noticed we've got booked, and we did agree about this, Donna McCarthy. I'm not talking to him in a minute either, so
Donica.
You can tell him to selling Donna Kebab or whatever his name is, yeah. Because I've had enough of it. I've had enough of the stupidity.
In Birmingham, they call him Donna Kebab. All right, Donna Kebab.
Okay, whatever. I mean, I would like to have spoken to that person about... but she didn't want to really, so I can't be.
But you got on with Donica, don't we? Normally get on with Donica.
Yeah, I do, but I don't know why when I tell a producer what to do. Sorry, Tom, but I'm really flipping annoyed. I never have more than 2 guests in an hour. I really don't. And every time anybody tries to put more than 2 guests in an hour, I get really annoyed. Very annoyed, in fact. And I'm not really the sort of person that you need to annoy. So I'm sick and tired of the socialist, flipping, useless people who go around demonstrating that they'd like to have a Labour government. Go out in the next election and vote for one, and then see what you get. You probably won't win, but you can try.
Paula says, why don't they block the Tory conference if they want the PM's attention?
I'll break when I'm ready, guys. Don't tell me when to break either. I'm getting sick and tired of this dictatorship in our radio show. We used to do it on our own, and we never had any problems, did we?
Yeah. I mean,
if I don't break until 22:45, it doesn't matter. There is no problem at all. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of this kind of the misinformation we're giving out. And Boris Johnson's partly responsible for this too. It is not on to actually start saying, oh, we're going to see the back of climate change, which you may remember we talked about last Thursday.
Yeah.
Because that's complete and utter rubbish. Climate change is always going to be here. And sure, mankind has probably added to the way it's going, or the way, who knows? And scientists, I get sick of these scientists. A couple of them who we used to interview were quite sensible, but I've heard, we tried to get that guy on as well. I won't mention his name because, you've mentioned it now.
Why? What's that?
And I apparently
Have they got to him?
He's so worried about putting his head above the parapet anymore and talking the sense he did.
Well, remember
And
David
so
Bellamy? They wouldn't let him on the BBC anymore.
No, and there is no debate, and it has to be their way or no way, as you could see from that person I was talking to from that organisation. I can't be bothered to mention. But here's the thing: there's no point in talking to that guy, Donner. Because I've got nothing to say to him now. I'm just concluding the whole thing, okay? If people sit on the highway and block it anymore, then move them. And if you don't move them, then they are going to do what they did today, and we'll show you that bit again. These guys are going to get out of their cars. I would. If I was in the front and these generally rather stupid, thick idiots were there, you can see it on the screen now if you're watching TalkRadio TV. These guys got out of their lorries and there were no police there, and moved them on. And quite rightly too. And then they went back on the road, so they pulled them out of the way again.
Pulled them off.
Yeah, and pull them off. Throw them over there. That's exactly what you do. And then they start threatening you and say, oh, well, if you do this, we'll call the police. And the unfortunate thing is, the police will probably come along and sort out all these monstrous, moronic fools who are sitting on the road. Because they're not going to do anything, because now the majority of people are probably going to give up recycling and everything.
Yeah, it does.
And there's another one trying. It just really annoys me. I would just drive slowly. Not on purpose slowly so they've got time to get out of the way. But I suppose one of them wants to be injured for the...
exactly.
Yeah, so maybe don't do that. No, maybe don't do that. I think, actually, I'm not going to talk about this anymore, because that's what they want. They want publicity. They're an annoying, like a tick in the back of your neck, and you can't get it off.
They can't be allowed to hold us to ransom like that.
No. I mean, that's it. End of argument.
That's not protesting, is it? That's not protesting. That's,
No, that's you use the term terrorism, which other people have used.
Blackmail. It's
how many people have been hurt because of this?
You have to use a democratic process to change the laws. You can protest, walk around with signs and that, around Parliament Square or whatever.
Well, I'm not sure you should be allowed to demonstrate outside Parliament anymore.
Well, wherever you're meant to, but that's where you.
I think you should be given a demonstrating field somewhere miles away from anyone.
Yeah,
because the media will still come.
Yeah, we'll come and film you, and everyone can get on with their lives. And hospitals, everyone can go to hospital. And
I mean, how many hospital staff have been held up in this?
Because there was one by Park Royal, wasn't there, by the hospital?
And they decided to go and do a sit down there. Yeah. And a couple of the fairly smart guy who got out looked pretty tough as well, and removed them. I mean, the police. I'm sorry, guys, but the police, you are really offending me at the moment. And I'm offended because I'm paying your wages. And you do nothing. As before, I'm going to carry on about this. You look unfit, a lot of you. Obviously not all of you. And we're talking physically here. The mental fitness is another story, isn't it?
We used to have the fat policemen. They were always the desk sergeant. That was tradition, wasn't it?
Yeah. And now they're out waddling down the street, and I'm finding it annoying. All driving around in the car.
And have the fit ones at the desk doing paperwork. The world's gone upside down.
Or carrying guns. Yeah. There is an argument for all our police actually to be armed like every other country in the world.
No, because we have specialist firearms officers.
Well, we do, but we need a few more.
Not every day.
But I'm just sick of it. So if you come on, guys, pull your fingers out. I say, go and get me a police officer, retired police officer, to talk about this. We'll take a break. Yeah, I don't think we should mention on this program. I mean, obviously, I don't think we should have any of these extremist pillocks on anymore because they've got nothing to talk about. And that, what was her name, Fiona? You can't really have a discussion or a debate with them because they think if everybody in the country insulated their house, we'd be much better. They think if everybody lived in a cave in this country,
you've got stuff to put. I have to put stuff in the loft anyway. You know what I mean? So you can't. It's not. You can't insulate always because you got to use the loft.
I'm just so sick of them. You know, and I've been a real big person for cleaning up the oceans and stuff like that. Because of and I think that we should be doing that. And I don't think we should be cutting down the rainforest. Okay, let's take a couple of calls up to the end of the hour.